You know that moment when the world feels like it's crushing you? When every step forward feels like 2 steps back, and no matter how hard you try, life just keeps throwing punches at your face. Yeah, I see you. You're sitting there right now, staring into the abyss of your own doubts, wondering if all this pain is worth it. Let me tell you something. Life doesn't care about fairness. Life doesn't owe you anything. But here's the thing. Neither do you. Karma isn't some cosmic force waiting to balance the scales. Karma is what happens when people finally realize they can't run from themselves anymore. And trust me, karma comes after everyone. Imagine this: a city skyline drenched in rain, neon lights flickering through puddles on cracked pavement. Somewhere out there, someone is laughing. A laugh so sharp it cuts through the night air like broken glass. It's not joy, it's defiance. That laugh belongs to someone who has seen the truth. Someone who knows the game we're all playing, but refuses to play by its rules. Maybe that person is you. Or maybe you're still trying to figure out why you even bother getting up in the morning. Well, let me paint you a picture. Let me show you what lies beneath the surface of everything you've been told to believe. Society tells us to conform, to fit neatly into their little boxes labeled success, happiness, or normal. They want you to think that climbing the ladder means something, that working 9 to 5 for someone else's dream will somehow fulfill yours. But deep down, you already know better. Deep down, you feel the chains tightening around your wrists every time you nod along to their nonsense. The truth? Their system wasn't built for you. It was built to keep you small, predictable, manageable. And yet, here you are, still chasing validation from people who don't even know your name. But listen closely, because this is where things get interesting. Pain has a way of shaping us, doesn't it? Every failure, every betrayal, every sleepless night spent questioning your worth. It carves away pieces of who you were until only the raw essence remains. Some call it suffering, others call it transformation. Either way, it's inevitable. What separates those who rise from those who fall isn't luck. It's perspective. It's understanding that the fire burning inside you isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to forge you into something stronger, sharper, more dangerous. Think about the last time you felt truly alive. Was it during one of those moments where everything seemed to click into place? Or was it when you hit rock bottom and realized you had nowhere left to go but up? There's power in desperation, my friend. Power in realizing that the only thing holding you back is yourself. People talk about fear as if it's this insurmountable wall standing between you and your dreams. But fear isn't a wall, it's a mirror. Look closely, and you'll see exactly what you're capable of overcoming. Now let's talk about chaos. Not the kind of chaos that tears things apart, but the kind that creates. Chaos is unpredictable, uncontrollable, untamed. It's the spark that ignites revolutions, the storm that clears away the dead wood. Without chaos, nothing grows. Without destruction, there can be no rebirth. So ask yourself, are you content living in the safe, sterile confines of order? Or are you ready to embrace the wild, beautiful messiness of life? Because make no mistake, the path to greatness isn't paved with comfort. It's littered with obstacles, failures, and sacrifices. But each one of those challenges is an opportunity, a chance to prove to yourself that you're stronger than you ever imagined. Let me tell you a story. Picture a man sitting alone in an abandoned warehouse, shadows dancing across his face as he stares into the distance. His clothes are torn, his hands stained with dirt and blood, but there's a glimmer in his eyes, a fire that refuses to die. He's been beaten, betrayed, and left for dead more times than he can count. Yet here he is, still breathing, still fighting. Why? Because he understands something most people never will. The greatest weapon you have isn't strength or intelligence, it's resilience. The ability to stand back up after being knocked down over and over again, until the universe itself has no choice but to take notice. And then there's karma. Oh, karma. People love to romanticize it, don't they? They say, what goes around comes around, as if it's some poetic justice served on a silver platter. But real karma isn't pretty. Real karma is messy, brutal, unforgiving. It's the moment when someone realizes they've spent their entire life building castles on sand, and now the tide is coming in. It's the look in their eyes when they understand that the lies they told, the shortcuts they took, the people they hurt, all of it catches up eventually. Karma isn't revenge, it's consequence. And consequences don't discriminate. They come for everyone. So what does that mean for you? It means you have a choice. You can either wait for karma to find you, or you can become it. You can channel all that anger, all that frustration, all that pain, and turn it into fuel. Use it to burn down the walls that have been holding you captive. Use it to rewrite the rules, to redefine success on your own terms. Stop waiting for permission. Stop seeking approval. The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. Here's the truth. The system is rigged. Always has been, always will be. But that doesn't mean you can't win. Winning isn't about playing fair. It's about playing smart. It's about finding the cracks in the foundation and exploiting them. It's about refusing to accept the limits placed upon you and creating your own opportunities. Sure, it might mean stepping on toes, breaking a few rules, or pissing off the wrong people. But guess what? None of that matters in the end. What matters is whether you're willing to do whatever it takes to claim what's yours. Remember this: life isn't fair, but it's also not random. Everything you've experienced, every challenge you've faced, every scar you carry, it's all part of the process. It's all leading you somewhere. The question is, are you going to let it break you or build you? Are you going to let the weight of the world crush you, or use it to sharpen your resolve? Because here's the secret nobody wants to admit. Greatness demands sacrifice. It demands pain. It demands everything you've got, and then some. Take a good, long look in the mirror. Who do you see staring back at you? Is it the person you want to be? Or is it someone else's idea of who you should be? If it's the latter, then it's time to change. Time to shed the skin of conformity and step into the unknown. Yes, it's terrifying. Yes, it's risky. But staying the same, staying stuck in the same cycle of mediocrity and regret, that's the real danger. That's the true enemy. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? Now open your eyes. Are you happy with what you saw? If not, then stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The only moment you have is right now. This breath, this heartbeat, this second. Seize it. Own it. Make it yours. Because here's the thing. You don't need anyone's permission to start living the life you deserve. You don't need validation from people who don't understand your vision. All you need is the courage to take the first step. And once you do, there's no turning back. The road ahead won't be easy. There will be days when you feel like giving up. Days when the weight of the world feels unbearable. But remember this. Every hero was once a villain in someone else's story. Every legend started as a dreamer with nothing to lose. So rise. Rise above the noise, the doubt, the fear. Rise above the expectations, the limitations, the lies. Rise above the past, the pain, the failures. Rise above everything that's ever tried to hold you down. Because karma may come for everyone, but it doesn't have to define you. You define yourself. You write your own story. You decide how it ends. And when the dust settles, when the smoke clears, when the world looks around and wonders how you managed to pull it off, smile. Smile because you knew something they didn't. You knew that chaos isn't the end, it's the beginning. You knew that pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. You knew that karma isn't fate, it's freedom. Freedom to create, to destroy, to rebuild. Freedom to become whoever you want to be. Now go. Go and claim what's yours. Go and leave your mark on the world. Go and show them what happens when someone refuses to play by their rules. Go and remind them that karma comes after everyone. But sometimes, just sometimes, it starts with you.